Buenos dias. ¿Cómo están? Anyway, so now I'm trying to keep these videos to 5 minutes or less, just so I'm not uploading one big file to my YouTube channel. So in my last video, I talked about the men's basketball team and the players that I think are going to be the biggest contributors this upcoming season. So now we're going to talk about the women's team, and boy, this video, just talking about the women's team in and among itself, is probably going to be 5 minutes long. Boy, oh boy, we had just so much fun last year on our women's basketball team. We started out 6-0, which was awesome because we never started out that strong ever in program history under Coach Short, and she did just such an amazing job with that program. And man, God bless you, Coach, and thank you so much for what you did to improve our program this last season. And boy, it was a fun season. We started out 6-0, and in the first half of the year, until January 4th, when we played Goshen College in Goshen, Indiana, we were 13-3 in conference. 13-3. I'm like, man, this is awesome. You know, so many players contributed prior to that. We had a couple of amazing home games back in November against Kaiser University, where we trailed the majority of the game. And even into the fourth quarter, we were down double digits, and we fought back. And Taylor Gregory, boy, oh boy, Taylor had one heck of a year on our team. And that was a huge help in that particular game. And then, of course, Carlo University, when we played them at home, that was another great game last November 9th, winning 99-47. And, of course, we had so many contributors that game. Taylor Gregory, over 25 points that game, another double-double. We had Maggie Koblenz with over 20 points off the bench that game, which was just absolutely incredible. And then freshman Riley Peru chipped in with, I'm pretty sure she had at least 20 points in that game against Carlo that I'm referring to. And boy, it was just a great game all the way around. And then, of course, Rio Grande last November 20th, winning that game 99-91. And, of course, Rio Grande, they were a very, very tough team. And, boy, and once again, so many players contributed that game. I mean, Sage Brannon, Taylor Gregory, Riley Peru, Maggie Koblenz, you name it. That was just so awesome for them to contribute. So, and then, of course, I was mentioning earlier, after the Goshen win, we were 13-3. I'm like, hey, you know, the season's going pretty well. Well, then we kind of, we just really didn't get things going the way we had wanted to after that. We just were not able to close out games when we needed to. And we went 5-10 in the second half of the season. And as bad as that might sound, we fought really, really hard. We honestly fought very, very hard in the second half of the season. And boy, when it came to Marion, the home game against Marion, the early part of February, and Marion was a team that we knew we were going to be in for a challenge. I mean, Marion has so many great players on their team. Macy Willoughby averaging over 18 points a game. Abby Downard averaging over 18 points a game. And we knew that we were going to be in for a fight that night. And granted, we didn't come out on top, but the margin that we had was 8 points. We had not lost to Marion by less than 10 points in at least 5 years. So our team fought really, really hard that particular game. And then, of course, the deeper it got into the year, then at Grace College in the regular season finale, winning that game 87-79, and the very, very first game won at Grace College ever in the history of the MVNU women's basketball team program. That was just such a huge win, and we thought that the momentum we had would carry over into the postseason round against Taylor University, and it did, at least for a little bit. Now, obviously, you know, the first quarter, we were just trying to settle into a rhythm, and our defense just really wasn't to the point to where we needed it to be, and we just kept fighting and fighting and fighting in that game, and especially in the second quarter. I mean, we were down 24-11 going into the second quarter, and we outscored Taylor 24-11 in the second quarter, so that was pretty impressive. The next video, I will talk more about that game and what I think is going to happen this upcoming season.